Good morning students, my name is Monteg Mahapatra and I will be teaching you science, and basically I will teach a specific topic of a chapter, the magnetic effects of current, and that topic is the electric motor. So what is an electric motor? We all know that electric motors are the devices which converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. Means when we input an electrical energy into it through a battery or an electrical source, then the output is mechanical in nature. Means it's mechanical. What is mechanical? Mechanical is actually anything which is involved with a specific motion, and in this motor it is rotational motion. Means when we input electrical energy, the mechanical energy output is rotational in nature. Okay, and where are these motors used? Motors are used in many appliances such as fans, trimmers, blenders, grinders, etc. And we can see one thing is common in all these appliances is all of these appliances are involved with a rotational motion. Okay, so we knew that motor is a device which converts electrical energy into mechanical energy, and the mechanical energy is rotational in nature. So to understand the working of an electric motor, we need to understand the rules which it follows while moving. Okay, this rule was given by John Ambrose Fleming in the 19th century, late 19th century, and this principle actually determines how the direction of the electric motor will be when it is in working. So it was given by John Ambrose Fleming in late 19th century and gives us the idea about how an electric motor works. Now what is this law? To understand this law, we have to make our fingers in this way. Okay, we have to set our fingers in this way, and the first finger is the direction of the electric current. It represents the direction of current, and the middle finger determines the direction of the magnetic field. The magnetic field is always pointing towards north to south direction, so this will determine from north to south direction. Okay, and this is the direction in which the force is exerted on the coil which is present in the electric motor, which we will understand later on. Okay, so this is the way how an electric motor works. Means this is the direction of current, and this is the direction of magnetic field, and this is the direction in which the force will be exerted on the coil of an electric motor. Now we will understand how an electric motor works and what are the basic features of an electric motor. Okay, in science, whenever we try to describe a certain machine or apparatus or any other instruments, we need to go through three steps. Okay, first step is the working principle of the instrument, second is the construction of the equipment, and the third is how it works. Okay, the working. So now we will talk about the first step, which is the working principle. Working principle. So as we can guess from now on that in an electric motor, two things are most necessary. First is a magnetic field, and the second is a current. So we can say that the working principle of an electric motor is that when a current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field, then it will exert some force, okay, which will give rise to a motion to that conductor. Now we can write that down, that when a current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field, it exerts a force. And one thing I forgot to tell, that the direction of force will be in what direction? It will be in the direction perpendicular to the direction of current and direction of magnetic field, according to the Fleming's left hand rule, we knew that the direction of current, if it is in this direction, means the index finger is in this direction and direction of magnetic field is perpendicular to it. This is the direction of magnetic field. Then the direction of force will be into the plane, means in this direction. Okay, this will be direction of force. So we can say that these three things are mutually perpendicular to each other and they are mutually perpendicular. Okay, when a current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field, it exerts a force on the conductor in a direction perpendicular to the direction of current and magnetic field. So this is the working principle of an electric motor. The second step is the construction of an electric motor. So this is the construction of an electric motor. I have quite generalized it, but we can have a better look if we look into diagrams in the books, but I have generalized it so that it is easy to understand. Okay, so here we are seeing a current source, we are naming it V, and a key to switch on the circuit. Now what are R and S? R, S are called commutator or split rings. The split rings are two rings which are made in this manner and they do not touch each other. So these R and S are called split rings. P and Q are called brushes. These brushes are connected to the current source and these provide the circuit to complete. The current will come from this end, enter through P, touch the R and get conducted into this coil, and this coil will then complete the whole circuit and it will be closed circuit, so current will flow continuously throughout. Now this N and S are the poles of a magnet, and sorry, I forgot to mention A, B, C, D is the coil. Okay, so this is the basically the structure of an electric motor. Now we will understand how an electric motor works. To understand that, first I will ask you what is the direction of magnetic field in this diagram. Most of you can answer that it is from the north pole to south pole, which I have showed here. So this is the direction of the magnetic field from north pole to south pole, and as we all know that current is also going in this direction from A to B, B to C, C to D, and then out of that coil. Now what rule can we use here to determine how the coil will start rotating? And that rule is, we have discussed it earlier, which is the Fleming's left hand rule. So according to Fleming's left hand rule, if current is going from A to B in this segment of this coil, then let us place our first finger in that direction, okay, which is into the plane, and the direction of magnetic field is from north to south pole. So if current is going in the inward direction and the magnetic field is going in this direction, then the direction of force experienced on this coil or the AB will be in the upward direction. We can mention it here that this is the direction of magnetic field and this is the direction of current then the force exerted will be in upward direction. This is the direction of force. Okay, that means this coil, in this coil, that segment AB will experience an upward force. Now let's come to this side. In this side we can see that current is moving out of the plane. So the direction of index finger represents the direction of current. So if we are telling that current is moving out of the plane, then it will be in this direction. And as we are seeing that magnetic field direction is in the direction of the middle finger, and it is in this direction, then the direction of force is downward in nature. That means current is moving out of the plane. This is the direction of current. This is the direction of magnetic field. Then the direction of force experienced will be in downward direction. As we can see that AB is experiencing an upward direction force and CD is experiencing a downward direction force, that means it will start rotating in this manner. Means the rotation will take place in this manner, which is a clockwise rotation. Okay, so here coil will rotate in clockwise direction. As we can now say that by using Fleming's left hand rule we can determine the direction of electric motor. So there comes an end to this topic of electric motor, for which I have described how the working principle of this electric motor, how it is constructed and how it works on the basis of Fleming's left hand rule. So based on today's topic and today's teaching, I have some questions for you which I will discuss now. The first is, what is Fleming's left hand rule? So Fleming's left hand rule is the rule which are followed by electric motors to determine the direction of rotation of the motor. Okay, in Fleming's left hand rule, the first finger determines the direction of current, the middle finger determines the direction of magnetic field, and the thumb represents the direction of the force experienced on the coil. Second question is, what are the major parts associated with electric motor? The major parts associated are the magnetic poles, the coil, the split rings, the brush, the current source and the key. And what are the uses of brushes in split rings? The brush is the part which conducts the electric current into the coil through the split rings, and the split rings are used for the rotation of the coil. So that's all for today. I will show now a video which will demonstrate how an electric motor works, and that's all for today. Thank you.
Current in left side flows inward, and current in right side flows outward. As we see, conductor is carrying current and they placed in magnetic field. Both of them experienced mechanical force acted on them. Direction of mechanical force can be easily determined by applying Fleming's left-hand rule.